Hey guys, this past Friday I had the enormous good fortune of getting to announce that I'm voicing the character of Yone in League of Legends. He's the new champion that's been released, um, and it came with a couple of beautiful cinematic trailers um, and getting to work with Riot, who's an amazing team and so supportive and all that good stuff. Um, and all of that is great, and I'm super grateful. But that's actually not the point of what I'm trying to say. Um, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is I know that especially right now times are really hard, and a lot of people are struggling, and a lot of us are working and feeling like we're not getting anywhere, or like especially for the artists out there, that the work we're doing, you never really hear if it's good or not, and how stressful that can be. So I wanted to share a little story in the hopes that it gives you a little hope. Um, so I think it must have been 2 years ago. I auditioned for a character in League, a different character, and and got a call back. It happened while I happened to be flying home, so I ended up like in my bedroom on my phone, like desperately trying to be cool. And I did my best in the audition, and the Riot team on the other side were very kind and complimentary. Um, and then month, 2 months, 3 months went by. Clearly didn't get it. Um, and especially when you know that you're in a callback, so there's probably maybe two or three other people in the running for it. Um, that can really suck to know that you were so close. But you let it go, right? Because to keep dwelling on it, that's not good for anyone's mental health. Uh, so lo and behold, several months ago, I get a notice from my agent that I'm being requested to audition for this role of a character called Yone in Legends of Runeterra. And I was like, oh, sure, okay, and auditioned, and I booked it. Not a lot of dialogue. I didn't know too much about him, um, but he seemed interesting. He's got this cool history and conflict with his brother. And it was a very quick session, and I was done. Um, and happy to be working, regardless of the size of the role, so to speak. And then I think a month or two after that, I got called in. No, actually, months after that, I got called in to do like a test session of more dialogue for Yone. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And that led to more sessions, and then a cinematic for The Path, and then a cinematic for Kin of the Stained Blade, um, and kind of coming to realize that Yone was a big deal. Um, and I wrote my agents and asked them to relay a message to Casting and Rye, just telling them how grateful I was for the opportunity. And one of the directors that I worked with was kind enough to to relay this message back through my agent. And I'll just read it to you, slightly redacted. He said, he should know he booked this because of his audition for this character on League. He wasn't right for the character, but we loved him. One of the other producers and I pitched him to Legends of Runeterra, and the rest is history. Goes to show, always bring your best on auditions. Good talent stands out. Maybe worth sharing with him. And especially as actors. But I think anyone out there, right? It's not often that we get the feedback that something we did that we got no acknowledgement for at the time, that we made a good impression somewhere, right? That the work we prided ourselves on, and putting ourselves out there, was appreciated. So I guess I really just wanted to put that out there to say, keep doing your best. And oftentimes, you're not going to hear from others that your best was appreciated, but it is. And if you're fortunate enough to get this kind of feedback, amazing. So the next part I'm going to talk about is specifically for my voice actor friends out there. So auditioning is your primary job as an actor, right? Your primary job is getting a small sample of a character and then showing some folks what you would do with it and doing your best storytelling. And then when the audition is done, unless you book it, generally speaking, you get no feedback whatsoever. And that can be really, really hard. I know a lot of friends who have had to ride this emotional roller coaster of like, oh my God, I'm booking stuff, I must be good. Oh my God, I'm not booking anything, I must be dog shit. Oh my God, I'm booking, right? And this oscillation wreaks havoc on your mental and spiritual well-being. And then it becomes very quickly, I have to book something because that's how I show my self-worth, right? If I'm not booking, I'm not good. And there are some actors out there who are going to argue, yeah, if you're not booking, you aren't good. This is a business. You are entitled to that opinion and you go for it. I can't operate that way, right? Bryan Cranston, in an interview, had a wonderful gem of advice. And I didn't realize that I'd been doing this until I heard him articulate it so cleanly. He explained that an audition for him is his opportunity to show what he would do with a character, right? To show his take on this role. Because every actor is going to show their take. Now, if his take isn't what they want, that's not up to him, and that's not his problem, right? So he presents what he would do with it, right? Hey guys, this is how I would rock this character, bringing my true self to this role. And then he lets it go. And he goes on with his day, and he looks forward to his next audition. And I've found that I do the same. I can't tell you how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of auditions I've churned out with no response, right? And if I did it with the internal drive of I have to book this, what happens for any artist is now the focus is not on your craft, the focus is on a result, right? So you have ignored the journey and kept your eyes purely on the destination. And that is a road, in my mind, to a lot of misery. So if you find you can, my suggestion would be look at the audition as a wonderful opportunity to tell a story and have fun with it and do everything you would want to do with it if you booked it, because this is your booking, right? Because and this goes for, I mean, I've auditioned for roles where these guys are just scarred, horrible, damaged people, but for me at least, there is a joy in the exploration of who that person is, right? Because for a little bit of time, I get to walk in the shoes of someone who has lived a life completely different from mine. And I get to explore what it's like, in the case of a character like that, to be hurt so badly, right? And then I get to safely come back home, hug my wife, get kisses from my dog, and life is good, right? But that joy and the enjoyment you get from the audition process really does come across. I'm learning that more and more now in these kind of at-home callbacks I'm having over Zoom and stuff with like video game and animation folks, where it becomes very, very clear that you know, enjoying what you're doing is super important, and it's really contagious, right? So I encourage you, go out there, have fun, love the audition process, and learn to love it, and learn as best you can to let go of the need for a result. If you're doing good work and you're committed to your craft, people are appreciating that, and you never know behind the scenes what's happening, right? And sometimes, as was the case for me with Yone, not getting what you want is the best thing that could ever happen to you, right? I hope everyone's having a great day.